Hoffenheim welcome Bayern Munich to the Rhein-Neckar Arena. The Bundesliga's most porous defence against the Bundesliga's top goal scorers. Hoffenheim dipped into the bottom two for the fourth time this season when they lost 2-1 at Augsburg last time out. They made 6 changes from that lineup. Bastian Schweinsteiger came back in the team for Bayern Munich following the 6-1 demolition of Werder Bremen last week and drew an early free kick. Chance now for Danny Williams. No, he doesn't score often, the American. Unsighted. Again, Hoffenheim come forward. Here's Takashi Usami. Space on the right hand side. Danny Williams. Nobody closing him down. He goes for goal. And that wasn't far away. He's getting closer. He's only scored 1 goal this season, Danny Williams. Marco Kurz pleased with his attacking intent. Well, that's well read by Boateng. Ribery with a header. It's come to Gomez. Miscontrol, but he's recovered it. And it's gone in. Mario Gomez preferred to Mario Mandzukic for this afternoon's game. Well, he scored every 70 minutes this season. It's just taken him 38 this afternoon. Prodding the ball past his namesake Aurelio Gomez. 1-0 Bayern on the stroke of half-time. Stefan Schroeck trying to force his way through. Inside to Williams, who's been lively this afternoon, and another effort on goal, this time with his left foot. And Roberto Firmino looks like he's going to enter the fray. Here is Firmino. Ball played behind Igor Di Camargo. Di Camargo sends it in. It's come all the way over to the far side. Schroeck goes for goal, and Starker with a good save. Starker preferred to Manuel Neuer up against his former club. Schweinsteiger. What an effort off the bar. Well, he scored a free kick against Schalke a few weeks ago. He's got his shooting boots on. That wasn't far away. Gomez scrambling across his goal. A free kick. Schweinsteiger hits it again. And goodness me, was that close. Off the inside of the post. Up over the step over. Schweinsteiger with the technique to get it up and down. Beat Gomez, and for the second time in quick succession, the Brazilian thankful to his woodwork. Bayern just grinding down the clock now. Hoffenheim have come back to secure points twice this season from a goal down, but not this time. So Bayern, here's Alaba. Well, he got the power and not the accuracy from Thomas Müller with a header following up. Müller hasn't been on his game here. Alaba has. Denied the 4th goal of the season though. That shot straight at Gomez. Now 1-0 the final score. Bayern Munich go 17 points clear at the top of the table. They're up on 63. Hoffenheim.
Dortmund welcomed Hanover to Signal Iduna Park on Saturday, desperately in need of 3 points after their slip-up at Borussia Mönchengladbach last week and that midweek cup defeat to Bayern. Ben Harris, your commentator.
So then Dortmund trying to get on the attack earlier. They've been cut out in midfield there, though. One back though by Robert Lewandowski in that deeper role today. Oh, it's played through. It's a wonderful turn by Royce. Not such a wonderful finish though. And really after his hat-trick here a couple of weeks ago. It's better this time though. The finish from Blaszczykowski at the far post, arriving late. Again though, over the bar. Oh, Dortmund effervescent in these early stages. The ball won by Schieber up front there, then Blaszczykowski comes forward, combines with Kroos very nicely. Oh, the ball cut back, and it's Lewandowski. 1-0, just 8 minutes in. Robert Lewandowski. Yet again, goal number 15 for him this season. Wonderful combination play from Grosskreutz. And Blaszczykowski, the former though, with a lovely pullback. He looked up, he saw the options, picked the right one. The chance for Hanover on the break. It's a good break as well. Pinto out there on the right. He swings the ball over to Konstantin Rausch. Oh, it's the equaliser. But no, it's not given. The offside flag coming up correctly as well. Rausch just going offside. He'll be unhappy with Pinto delaying that ball. Oh, that coming forward again. It was Gundogan. A lovely ball. Blaszczykowski yet again in space on the right-hand side. He pulls it back to Grosskreutz. Well, the shot parried, but it's tucked away now, and it's Robert Lewandowski again. He moves to the top of the goal-scoring charts with 16. And though the right side of Dortmund with the production, Schieber was in an offside position, didn't interfere with play in the end, according to the officials. Robert Lewandowski has one of the easiest goals, surely, that he'll score this season. Well, Hanover looking to swing this one and get something back before half-time. Ball comes in and it's headed back. Well, Santana with the original header, it's been bundled in. Felipe Santana, what was he thinking of with that defensive header? Nearly catching Robin Weidenfeller off his line. No offside for Hanover. In the end, the ball bundled in by Abdellaoui, along with Robin Weidenfeller. And from nothing, Hanover given a lifeline. Dortmund trying to retake the ascendancy in this one. The shot comes in from Gundogan and it's just been sliced wide. Good technique though from the midfielder. Even Klopp liking that. Dortmund coming forwards again. It's Lewandowski this time, the last man, and he chips it over one man. Can't quite control the shot though. To be fair, there were a couple of Hanover defenders bearing down on him to try and put him off. It was a lovely little chip though over Johan Giroud. Hanover with a rare foray into the Dortmund half. Been dominated in this game so far. Had a good ball though, over to the right. The shot comes in. It's a weak one from Sofian Shahid. Dortmund pushing forward still, looking for that all-important third goal. Lewandowski, oh, great save there. Ron Robert Zieler quickly off his line. Great first touch from Lewandowski, trying to chip the keeper as he came through. Great thinking from him. A bit of a collision with Giroud afterwards. Dortmund still pouring forward. Blaszczykowski again comes through. He's cut the ball back and it's Schieber. Well, at last, Julian Schieber with his first goal of the season. It was really well played by Dortmund. Blaszczykowski making all the space. And Schieber just popping up perfectly there, ramming the ball home. No chance at all for Ron Robert Zieler. Surely that's game over. And the long ball forwards. And it's through to Lewandowski. He fancies his hat-trick and he's blazed it over the bar. So near, but yet so far.
It wasn't just the answer to the cup, it was also the answer to the last Bundesliga game that versus Gladbach that we also didn't play with to full potential, and I think that today we showed what we're really capable of and showed that we can dominate a Bundesliga team over 90 minutes, and the score that it was at the end was at least fair from the gameplay. I think we deserve to win a little higher.
Well, that win enough to keep Dortmund in second place. Hanover, though, now winless in their last 10 competitive games on the road.
Eintracht Frankfurt hosted Borussia Mönchengladbach, looking to snap their three-game run without a victory at a packed-out Commerzbank Arena. The Eagles enjoyed a 7-point lead over Gladbach as both pushed for European places. And it was Borussia Mönchengladbach who made the brighter start. With Patrick Herrmann back in the squad after serving a one-match ban. He was keen to make an impression, and he very nearly did. Unselfishly setting up Amin Younes, but the second striker denied. Good block by fullback Sebastian Young. Amin Younes got that stunning equaliser, stunning goal last week in the 1-0 draw against Borussia Dortmund. Well, from the resulting corner, the Foles did get on the score sheet. Terrific header by Dutch striker Luc de Jong after the flick on by midfielder Torben Marx. Horvath Nordveit with the corner kick, a well-rehearsed routine straight from the training ground, and that de Jong's 4th goal of the season only. And would you believe, his 2nd against Eintracht Frankfurt. Well, Mönchengladbach had the bit between their teeth. Norwegian midfielder Horvath Nordveit looked to double the lead, drilling in the free kick. That was safely gathered by goalkeeper Kevin Trapp. Borussia Mönchengladbach made an uncharacteristic defence. Eintracht Frankfurt tried to capitalise, but Tony Janschke just doing enough to block the unmarked Srdjan Lakic. Aigner did well, despite the ball getting stuck under his feet. Mönchengladbach coach, Lucien Favre, mightily relieved. Frankfurt ended the first half in some style. They dominated proceedings. Here the Japanese midfielder Takashi Inui making a nuisance of himself. But unfortunately, despite a pretty good delivery, Alexander Meyer couldn't capitalise. 12 goals this season, couldn't make it 13 there. So at half-time, the score was 1-0 to the visitors Borussia Mönchengladbach. But Eintracht Frankfurt, they came out of the blocks, all cylinders firing in the second half, springing the offside trap. And Takashi Inui back after missing, holding his line, beating the offside trap. Unfortunately, not keeping his composure. Well, after that let-off, Borussia Mönchengladbach had the chance to double their lead. Once again, another free kick. This time, Nordveit's effort just going wide of the goalkeeper's post. And that's because it took a deflection off Stefan Aigner. Well, to their credit, the Eagles came looking for the equaliser. After fantastic dribbling skills and balance by Inui, the end result wasn't as impressive. Once again, though, worryingly for the visitors, their offside trap well and truly sprung. Armin Veh looking uncharacteristically nervous on the sidelines, and with good reason, because time was running out for his Eagles. But still they came surging forward. Bastian Schipke looking to pick out Meyer, and in the end it was Aigner who headed the ball over the bar. Frustration beginning to creep in from the resulting corner. Good punch delivery by Ter Stegen. Unfortunately for the captain, Per Minchfegler, he just couldn't keep his shot down as much as it was dipping. Frankfurt last chance came in the closing seconds. A Chipka's free kick met by Meyer, his header well wide of the mark. Aigner telling the tall striker he perhaps should have had his own chance. Well, the 1-0 result was Mönchengladbach's third away win only of this season, and it moves them up onto 34 points as the bubble burst for Frankfurt. Another big game on Saturday evening was Bayer Leverkusen against Stuttgart, third against 11, with 13 places separating them. Leverkusen started as favourites to consolidate their Champions League position, but Stuttgart had reached the German Cup semi-finals in midweek and were full of confidence. They were up against their bogey side. They'd only won 1 of their last 9 in the Bayer Arena. Still, they made a promising start, especially when Vedad Ibisevic was brought down and Wolfgang Stark awarded a penalty. Philip Bolscheit protesting, but the foul came outside the area. And the slow motion replay shows that he was right. Nonetheless, Ibisevic buried the penalty kick. His 11th goal of the season. He's 4th from the penalty spot. And Leverkusen kept their composure. Stefan Kiesling, who enjoys playing against Stuttgart, easily getting the header in, but not getting it on target. Well, the host side dominated possession. Daniel Carvajal effectively played as a wing-back, so deep was Stuttgart's defence. But Antonio Rüdiger, playing only his 4th game of the season, a day before his birthday, was playing with a lot of experience. Snap header by Stefan Reinhardt, sailing over the crossbar, and no wonder Sami Hyypiä and Sasha Lewandowski were letting their feelings show. Well, it was one-way traffic in this opening half. Lars Bender, the midfield general, trying to conduct a way through. Good snapshot, brought a very neat save by Sven Ulreich. Too hot to handle. Bruno Labbadia, as ever, a bundle of nervous energy in his technical zone, as Bayer Leverkusen continued to turn the screw. Wayward header, Stefan Kiesling trying to hoist the ball over the outgoing, onrushing Ulreich. Captain Serdar Tashki with a knowing wink after clearing his defensive lines. And Kenny Naka being in the right place. Well, the Japanese fans were out for Stuttgart to see Gotoku Sakai. Shinji Okazaki in the second half, wonderful control by Kiesling. Unfortunately, Sven Ulreich was enjoying a very good evening here in the Rhineland. Nervous times indeed for Hyypiä, out of his bench into the technical zone. As Leverkusen drove forward, Stuttgart hit Die Werkself on the counter-attack. Deep cross by Sakai. Half a chance, side-footed effort by Gettner, not really troubling Ben Leno, playing against his... with only his 3rd goal of the campaign, and his 1st with his head. Oh, what a turnaround in fortunes. It has been a pulsating game of football, but those 2 goals in 6 minutes gave Die Werkself the victory. No change in the standings. Leverkusen stay 3rd, but they consolidate their automatic Champions League place. Stuttgart stay 11th, 6 points off the European places. Nuremberg hosted Freiburg at the Grundig Stadion, looking to move clear of the relegation zone. Freiburg came into the game on a high after reaching the semi-finals of the German Cup with that dramatic comeback victory over Mainz. And it was the visitors of Freiburg who made the brighter start, obviously boosted by that German Cup semi-final appearance. Rafael Schäfer making the save. Nice build-up though, as you'd expect from Freiburg. Their individual coach, Christian Streich, animated as ever. It may be sunny, but he's wearing that woolly hat. Nuremberg's first clear-cut chance came from that free kick by Hiroshi Kiyotake. Hanno Balic's header going wide. Coach Michael Wiesinger applauding their first effort. That will have boosted their morale. Japanese fans to be seen in stadiums all across Germany now. Oh dear. After that ugly challenge by Karim Gede. Agricultural challenge is what we call that. Kiyotake. He picked himself up to take the free kick. Appeals for a penalty, and they were given. Cedric Macchiardi ruled guilty of handball by referee Felix Fire. And the Congolese international protested his innocence. And he's got a case as well. There's no contact there, and that really is a harsh decision. Timmy Simons, he won't bother about the rights and wrongs of the decision, drilling home his penalty kick. His coach, Wiesinger, mightily happy as Oliver Baumann went the wrong way. Third goal of the season for the Belgian veteran, second from the penalty spot. And that means he scored a perfect 6 from 6 penalties in his Bundesliga career. Nuremberg, realising the best form of defence is attack. Full on pressure. In the end, patience the name of the game. Espine drawing a very good save indeed by Oliver Baumann. Did well to keep his line and composure. Freiburg dominated the second half. Always worthy, always looking for a goal. Absolute howler of a mistake there by tall striker Jan Rosenthal. Curling his shot wide with only Raphael Schäfer to beat. 12 minutes left. But the warning was there for Nuremberg, and they could do nothing to prevent Freiburg from equalising 5 minutes later. Raphael Schäfer to gratefully blast the ball home. And that completed the second comeback in 4 days for Freiburg. And it was a worthy result as well for the Breisgauer. They dominated the second half. Schäfer perhaps could have done more. Freiburg stay fifth, now on 35 points to consolidate their bid for European football. Nuremberg, well, they're on 28 points, just 7 points above the relegation zone. And next week, they're involved in a 6-pointer at fast improving Augsburg. Hamburg hosted Greuther Fürth in the Imtech Arena as they looked to bounce back from that humiliating derby defeat to Hanover. Greuther Fürth, they were looking to build on that goalless draw at Bayer Leverkusen. Torsten Fink, his opposite number, caretaker coach Ludwig Preis. They're the Clover Leafs, the fans who'd made the trip up from Bavaria. 45,000 in the Imtech Arena, and they would have seen the first chance for Hamburg. Marcel Janssen's header flashing just. Hamburg started brightly, as you'd expect from the host side, blistering speed, but unfortunately just showed a little bit too much of that did Max Beister, losing the ball to the opponent's captain Mavraj. Greuther's first chance proved to be a very positive one. All in black, teasing pass by Pledel, and how about that for a clinical finish by their new signing, Djurdic, the Serbian striker, with his second goal in 6 games. Much appreciated by caretaker coach Ludwig Preis. Holding his position, beating the offside trap. Great finish from the man who joined from Helsingborg at the end of December. That was just after 14 minutes. Hamburg, to their credit, looked to bounce back, and they got a good opportunity 5 minutes later. South Korean ace Young-min Son, unfortunately wide of the mark. He does of course have a reputation for scoring spectacular long-range strikes. This is all Hamburg. Lovely cushioned header from Ayogo to Beister, and how about that for a finish? Third goal of the season, and they've all come with that deadly left foot of his. Heiko Westermann with a trademark pass. Great control. 3 touches. First touch with the thigh, second touch to tee himself up, the third goal to pull the trigger. Hamburg boosted by the equaliser, looking to get ahead. Once again, ball falling to a man you'd expect to do better from that. Rafa van der Vaart. Beister missed the header. Maybe Van der Vaart, the Dutchman, just wasn't expecting it. One-way traffic in this first half. Dennis Aogo, the reconverted defender, now playing left wing. Well, he tried to place that over the advancing goalkeeper, but perhaps he should have just buried it. Food for thought then for Hamburg. 1-1, the score at half-time. And the Red Shorts, the side of the second half, pretty much picked up from where they'd left off at the end of the first. Dominated possession, excellent first touch by Van der Vaart with the side of his left boot. In the end, Hessel with a fantastic save. Not the first save that Hessel made. He really was inspired today. Wolfgang Hessel. Then up the other end on a rare counter-attack. This the chance to nail it, to restore Greuther Fürth's lead. Djurdjic that time couldn't find the target. Good position in the end. It was very good defending. That was by Rakovic. Djurdjic. Well, it was an excellent touch as he set up Fürstner. Unfortunately, that was a chance gone missing. Up the other end, Hamburg desperately trying to get the noses in front. For the first time, of course, spectacular bicycle kick by who else? Heung-min Son. Look at that. Reminiscent. Question mark of offside against the Dutch striker. Dieter Hecking would have been relieved. His goalkeeper was in fine form. Schalke enjoying something of a revival. Excellent play by Jermaine Jones. Huntelaar poised. By that time, good defensive work in the nick of time by Naldo, the Brazilian defender. But Jermaine Jones was enjoying himself. Schalke really playing with aplomb, great rhythm. And how about that for an opening goal from teenage sensation Julian Draxler. And there really was one-way traffic in this first half. Wolfsburg not making the most of possession and then being caught flat on counter-attacks. Jermaine Jones, lovely ball through. Draxler rounding the goalkeeper, only be denied by the base of the post. Wonderful stuff. Where the hosts drew level. Ivica Olic getting on the end of a very decent cross. That's only the third goal of the season for the Croat. Tremendous ball in by Vieirinha. Bastos. Might have thought he had 21 games this season, and you could see why. Lovely setup by that man Jermaine Jones, the American midfielder, with a strong claim for man of the match. If it hadn't been an equally good composure shown by the teenager, the Peruvian winger did well to continue his run. And what about that set up on a plate for him by Draxler? Farfan wasn't about to miss of the shock. Jefferson Farfan, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, would you believe, scoring his first goal since Dortmund. Wolfsburg stay 15th, but just 6 points above the drop zone. Now Werder Bremen were looking to bounce back from that humiliating 6-1 defeat at Bayern Munich when they entertained Augsburg. The Bavarians battling for their very Bundesliga survival. This for the second season running. Just under 40,000 packed into the Weserstadion. And it was Werder Bremen, the green and whites, who had the first chances of the game. Mehmet Ekici. Thomas Schaff would have been happier if that had been on target. And their on loan star, Kevin De Bruyne, as well as his considerable skill, showing great perseverance, but his shot was off target. Werder were dominating this first half. Marko Arnautovic showing his speed as well as his skill. The tall Austrian bearing down on the goal. And in the end, forcing a relatively easy save by Mohamed Amsif. They're the visiting coach, Marcus Weinziel. Poker-faced. That expression will have relaxed following this effort. How about that for a brave header? Werner putting his head where it hurts. 4th goal of the season and his 2nd header. Look at that for improvisation. Hoisted forward, good header. Proved to be an assist by Han, but it was Ji. 2 South Koreans involved in the goal, both Koo and Ji. Brave header with a challenge coming in. So Werder Bremen, 1 goal down, only one thing on their mind, Arnautovic. Well, the back to the ball, not going their way, but how about that for a fierce drive by Hunt Amsif. Well, he was looking inspired. Poor clearance. In the end, it was De Bruyne with a pile driver. Thomas Schaaf sloped off at half-time. His half-time team talk with, well, it ended in the Dutch winger Eliero Elia coming on. Didn't have an early effect though, as Augsburg nearly doubled their lead. That time Sebastian. Easy ball in, excellent effort. And De Bruyne, then Hunt, combining well, but that really should have been buried for the equaliser. Terrific ball in by the Belgian. In the end, the crossbar denying the equaliser. Long throw by De Bruyne. Great reflex save after a superb. Well, that shot was worthy of a striker. As it was, it came from the Greek defender Socrates. Great athleticism, no goal. Now Werder were throwing absolutely everything forward. Once again, denied by the woodwork. Perhaps it was just going to be one of those days. Thomas Schaaf poker-faced as ever. And when you look out, it's well and truly out. Goalmouth scramble right at the death. Only minutes left on the clock. Appeal for a penalty kick by Niels Petersen. And not just him, by virtually all of his teammates. Slightly overdoing it with the melodramatics, amateur dramatics. The referee was not swayed, Guido Winkman. Final score 1-0. Augsburg's 2nd consecutive win and only their 4th of the season. Fortuna Düsseldorf welcome Mainz to the Esprit Arena, hoping to keep Augsburg at arm's length. Behind the microphone for this game, our very own Ben Harris.
Well, it's been a cagey start to the game, but now finally Düsseldorf coming forwards. The ball nodded on. Oh dear. Oh my word. Well, what a way to open the scoring. Disaster at the back for Mainz. It's Bo Svensson. Looked like Bo Svensson was caught out there by the early cross from Andris Lamberts. Let's have another look at that. Ball coming in, coming off the head of Danny Shahin. Back in the team for Reisinger today, injured. Svensson unable to readjust in time. Vetlo nowhere and unable to get back. Düsseldorf emboldened by that early goal. Cross comes in from Tescher. Oh, good header there. Martin Latka. The real forwards header despite the mask of that broken nose. Real power and down. Vetlo though this time in the right place. Düsseldorf definitely getting the better of the early chances. Now here comes Cruz. Oh, he's spotted there on a Bellinghausen. He's steaming onto this one. Oh, it's just shaved the post. It's a Bellinghausen cutting a frustrated figure. It's a great break though by Düsseldorf at pace. Speaking of which, Axel Bellinghausen. Now then, that's a lovely crossfield ball from Zimling. And oh, there's been a clash of heads there. Andris Lamberts and Radoslav Zabavnik. You see that. Oh, there's claret there on the Fortuna captain. Rather more worries though about Zabavnik on the floor. Here come Mainz now. Well, the tackle not made. Now Caligiuri. He attacks Bellinghausen down that left side. He gets past him as well. He stands the ball up. Oh my word, what's Giefer doing there? Well, it's 1-1, but it's a catalogue of errors there for Dusseldorf. Architects their own downfall. Bellinghausen unnecessarily beaten down the left. Giefer pouring at it. And that's surely the easiest goal even Klasnic is ever going to score. Well, surprisingly, Klasnic being hauled off at half-time, replaced by Nikolai Müller. Now then, Mainz come forward again. Caligiuri has done well since replacing Zabavnik. And this hasn't been clear. That's a lovely shot at goal. My word, what a save that is. Fabian Giefer atoning for his earlier error. Caligiuri cutting in onto his favoured right foot. That is going in the top corner. Dusseldorf starting to dominate this second half now. Robbie Cruz, the Australian. He runs at Svensson, he comes inside. The shot perhaps slightly lacking. Bellinghausen was lurking at the near post. He'd have preferred a cross rather than a shot. Just off balance, really. Mainz trying to find the go-ahead goal, but they've been cut out there on the attack. Now Bellinghausen breaks forward at pace. That's a lovely ball. Fernando! Oh, he just sliced at that, rather twitched at it really. I feel he should have done better. Wonderful tackle from Lamberts to win the ball in the first place. And Raphael knows he should have done better. Dusseldorf pouring forward again. It's the pace of Bellinghausen. Once again, he comes forward, he finds the ball to Cruz. Well, it's on his weaker left side. He really didn't get hold of that. Well, perhaps one last chance now. Fortuna coming forwards. And Raphael doing well to hold the ball up. Lamberts, though, rather scuffing his shot. Fortuna looking to get their first win on a Sunday this season. And so there's no win then on Norbert Meyer's 50th game in charge of a Bundesliga side. It's 1-1 here at the Esprit Arena, on as even.
Well, thank you, Ben Harris. Just 21 goals in the Bundesliga this weekend, not the goal fest or goal harvest that we've been used to, especially after last week. No change in the top 5. Biggest result of the weekend in terms of goals, Schalke's emphatic 4-1 win at Wolfsburg, and arguably the most important win of the weekend. Borussia Dortmund get back to winning ways after being held, and Bayern Munich, well, it's business as usual for the juggernaut that is the record Bundesliga champions. So there you have it. Bayern restore their huge 17-point lead at the top. Borussia Dortmund stay ahead just of Bayer Leverkusen in the race for those automatic Champions League places. Eintracht Frankfurt, well, they're fourth, but just about after that defeat. Schalke move up from 9th to 6th. They're back in the European places. Hanover, they dropped from 7th to 10th in the second half of the table after that defeat. Another team losing places and position, Werder Bremen. They dropped from 12th to 14th, now just 7 points above the relegation zone. Wolfsburg are just 6 points above the drop zone. That's after that embarrassing home defeat. All told, there's no change in the bottom 4, but that could all change next weekend, because there are a couple of 6-pointers. The most noticeable, the bottom 2 squaring off in Bavaria when Greuther Fürth entertain Hoffenheim. Now, of course, the big match of next weekend is arguably the biggest derby in the Bundesliga. Yes, indeed, the Ruhr Valley derby between Schalke 04 and Borussia Dortmund. And Eurosport 2 will be there live and direct. Other intriguing matches on the agenda: Mainz against Leverkusen. And watch out for Stuttgart against Hamburg as the race for Europe hots up. Now we're going to leave you with our goal of the weekend as ever, and it comes from young Hamburg player Maximilian Beister. How about that? 3 touches. Only his 3rd goal of the season. Sit back and admire the 3 touches. From Heiko Westermann's long ball, Iogo. Control with the thigh, tees himself up. Goal.